SVG's Jason Dackman. We're here with the latest new sponsor spotlight. We're very excited to have Vecima Networks joining SVG, and we're here with Paul Strickland. Going to chat with him about what Vecima is looking to achieve in the sports production market. Paul, first of all, thanks so much for taking the time and welcome aboard at SVG.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So you guys are pivoting a bit and putting a huge focus on sports and the programming side of things. Tell me why and what you guys think you can offer the folks in the SVG community that maybe other providers can't.
Sure. Yeah. So a tiny bit about Vecima's background. Vecima provides effectively the entire video data plane, the video infrastructure for cable companies all over the world, where our platforms are in front of millions of subscribers worldwide. And what we're doing is we're leveraging our experience delivering live and on-demand video at scale, and pivoting into the programmer space with an initial focus on sports. The idea and the theory being that improving both video quality and the quality of experience for end users is kind of it's like one of these magic metrics where good video quality and good quality of experience is a primary driver of customer satisfaction for end users. And a bad experience is a primary driver of customer dissatisfaction. And so our theory and what we've proven elsewhere is that, every dollar that you throw at that should throw $5 back at you. The good news is that we have found some novel ways to both improve quality and reduce costs at the same time. And we're doing that with two products. Initially, a product that we are reselling from our partner Digital Harmonic called KeyFrame. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we are also in the process of building capacity for a deep caching solution that we call OpenCDN that effectively gets the edge caches a lot closer to the end user, increases QoE while reducing transport cost.
Cool, very cool. So let's start with the digital harmonic keyframe offering. Again, you guys are a reseller, in the global partner for the entertainment sector.
Mhm.
We are somewhat familiar with Digital Harmonic, and I know that they have had the ability to reduce bit rates by up to 80%, and improve overall quality of the image. Tell me a little bit about how you guys think this can benefit the sports market.
Yeah, I mean, so Digital Harmonic, their product Keyframe, what it effectively does is it uses generative AI to take your source file, whether it's live or VOD assets, and significantly improve the quality of that source file. So it does color correction, it does deblurring, sharpness correction, effectively takes it back to effectively back to mezzanine. So
Right.
it corrects all the issues that take place from that initial encode from mezzanine. So now you've got this much cleaner and much better quality source file. When you feed that to your transcoder can get a lot more aggressive on compression, without sacrificing quality. And so, can we reduce bit rates by 80%? Sure. If you don't care about quality, I care about quality a lot. I think everybody watching this cares about quality a lot. You should. The typical use case is, between 30 and 50% reduction in bit rates, which is huge. And at the same time, improving both qualitatively and quantitatively the quality of the video. So qualitatively, I can show you a side by side, and you can point out the one that we've conditioned all day long.
Right.
And that's great. But quantitatively, you can show a double-digit point increase in VMAF scores while taking bit rates down 30, 40, 50%. And that's, so it's really if if video quality and investments in video quality have historically been kind of a religious decision because you have to just believe and have faith that it'll hit the bottom line, it's no longer a religious decision. You can improve quality while reducing costs because now it impacts all the downstream costs. Your CDN costs, your storage costs are all now reduced by that same percentage.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it's a really interesting product. And again, bringing it to market in the way that you guys are bringing it to market for our sector should be pretty interesting. Let's talk about the second aspect that you mentioned, the Open CDN offering. Give us some detail on that.
Yeah, so I mean, as the provider of the IPTV platform for pay TV for cable operators and fiber operators all over the world, we have a managed video CDN deployed all over North America, South America, Europe, tiny bit in Asia. We're working to expand more there. But what we're doing is today, even as OTT continues to grow. 80% of television viewing still happens over pay TV. And so, if you're not one of the big three cable operators, it's very likely that that traffic is passing our CDNs.
Sure.
That's going to shift. Eventually, it's going to be 80% over the top, 20% pay TV, and traditional RF and IPTV over the pay platform. And so what we're doing is we're getting in front of that, both to provide our operators a chance to offload the increased network traffic that will produce, and as a way to cost effectively improve the quality of experience for those OTT video providers. And so effectively you get the edge caches, which today, if you're using a public CDN, would terminate at the edge of the ISP. We're putting those edge caches all the way down next to the customer inside of the ISP's network. So the cable operator gets the network offload associated with that, which means that as the operator of that CDN, they can provide you with a rate that is at or below what you're paying public CDNs even at scale. And you're
Right.
getting a higher QoE. So we've actually quantified it's about a 50% higher quality of experience by by all measures, video start time, rebuffer rate, all those things. And so it's very exciting. It unfortunately is at kind of a chicken and egg
Sure.
stage right now, where you go to the content providers and say, "Hey, we've got this idea," and they're like, "Okay, well, how many households are you in front of?" And then you go to the cable companies and say, "Well, hey, we've got this idea," and they say, "Well, where's the content? Do you have Amazon TNF yet?" Right?
Sure.
And so what we're doing is we're solving that problem. We're working with the operators that we serve, and we're building that capacity with them at our expense. We're initially focusing on the eastern seaboard of the United States, so the New York, Boston DMAs, all the way down through Florida, and then just by virtue of the operators we're partnering with, we're going to get like Texas and California out of that. Um, Both for population density that you get on the East Coast
Right.
and for some very interesting sports opportunities. I mean, if you have the New York and Boston markets and the Hartford DMA and those guys, right? We're optimistic that we're going to find some folks that want to do some trials with us.
Very cool. Yeah, it's certainly a dense market out here in the Northeast when it comes to sports opportunities. So now that you guys, again, have staked your claim, have a bit of a roadmap in terms of the sports media market, what can we expect from Vecima over the next, say, 12 to 18 months? What are you trying to get the word out on to our folks in the SVG community?
I mean, I guess the one thing that you can expect is for us to continue to learn, right? So we've been serving the cable and fiber space for decades, both on the broadband and the TV and the television side. We have that muscle memory. We're new entrants into selling into the programmer space and the broadcast space. And so we're testing pricing models. We're experiencing a lot of what I've characterized very affectionately as deferred success. We're listening, we're hearing what the market is telling us. You can expect us to be very flexible in our approach. And so if you like the ideas that you're hearing from us, please continue the conversation with us because we're going to be very, very flexible with regards to the ways that we implement those ideas, the commercial models. We're looking for strategic partners.
Cool. Well, Paul, we are super excited to have you aboard at SVG. Thanks so much for taking the time today and hope to see you at an SVG event in the near future.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Jason.
For more news on Vecima, make sure to check out sportsvideo.org or you can go to their website at vecima.com.